A year plus, since theaters in the tri-state went dark, shut their doors. But as the saying goes, the show must go on one way or another, and it is at the Ensemble Theatre. Here to talk about their latest show. It's one you know well. It's one she knows well. Sideman, D. Lynn Myers, ETC's producing artistic director. Hey, lady, how are you?
How you doing, Bob? It's a great way to start the day, seeing you and all these wonderful people.
I was going to say the same. My day is always brightened when I see your face. You know, we were talking not too long ago about being frozen in time when this all started. I want to revisit that before we talk about Sideman very quickly, because I find it so interesting that on your stage at the Ensemble Theatre right now is a show that's supposed to have already happened. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, we opened on the 11th of March and closed on the 12th of March with an amazingly beautiful production directed by Ron O.J. Parson of Pipeline by Dominique Morisseau. It's a terrific show that tells the story, sadly, of how many young black men go from high school to prison and what can we do to break that pipeline. It's a very personal story about parents and one child and one person's incident, but it's a universal story. So we were so excited. We waited years to do it. We were thrilled to have Ron and this great company. And we had one opening night and then we closed. And to walk out on the night we opened and to see the audience filling in the lobby, to feel the energy, to be so excited about being able to present this socially conscious and timely piece. And then the very next night, 24 hours later, I was locking the doors. And it was very unreal, an experience I never thought would ever happen. And the set is waiting for us to reopen and to bring that show back to Cincinnati. It's an important show. It's a beautiful production. So it's all sitting there. It looks as though aliens just came in and scooped everybody up. The props are still where they were left. The costumes are still where they were left. So we have a lot of hope to reopen with that show as soon as we can.
It's so wild. I think we all feel like, you know, aliens came and did a whole lot of things to a whole lot of people and just froze things. But you're finding ways to still do new and innovative things, because that's just what the Ensemble Theatre does. And you're doing it with a show that you know very well. Let's talk about what you're doing with Sideman.
It's a big part of my heart, this show. It's unreal to think that it's been 20 years ago when we were just sort of getting things rolling, that I was given this play to direct by the incredible generosity of Warren Light, who trusted a director he didn't know and a theater he didn't know. But I fell in love with this play. I absolutely did. It's this beautiful story about a young man talking about his life with his parents, the function and dysfunction of that family, but also about the music. What was happening when the big bands were going away and trumpets were being replaced by guitars, and what kind of change was happening in our country at the time that the music was changing. So and it's just a spectacular play. Won the Tony 1999. So I thought, you know, here we are in the dark waiting to reopen. What about rediscovering a piece that made such a difference for Ensemble and personally such a difference for me? It launched two other great productions that we did with Warren Light, who is now, of course, and has been for years, an executive producer of Law and Order. So yeah, that guy his career turned out great. And it'll be really great to see it again, even though we can't be on stage and we can't be doing it live for you. It's a beautiful cast doing the show online, sort of seated, but nonetheless in extremely committed positions, telling this beautiful American story.
Before we wrap things up, how can people find it? When can they find it? All that kind of good stuff.
You just go to ensemblecincinnati.org and it'll take you to our on-demand site, and you just click right there and you can tune in. And I hope you do. It only runs for 2 weeks, so get in with the music and listen to it right now. The heart of the show is very much about survival and very much about taking what comes next. So I think it's perfect for right now as we all get ready for what's next.
I just think the world of you. I can't wait till your stage is unfrozen and that set is full again, but we'll enjoy Sideman in the time being and smack Michael Bath in the head if you see him before I do, okay?
Absolutely will do, Bob.
All
Lovely
right.
to see you. Thanks for having us on.
Take care, Lynn.